Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Skitterin, and this is the Dead Linger Alpha Build 009C. Just since my last video yesterday, there's actually been 2 patches to address several crashing issues, and also to address a prison spawn bug. It appears like, for whatever reason, prisons were not spawning in the areas they should. Now it looks like you actually have a chance to spawn inside a prison when starting a new game. Unfortunately, like I said in the last video, you have to delete your game world for any of these effects from 009A to 009C to actually take effect in the game. So what I've done is I've deleted the world with the handy new delete world option at the front menu, and here we are. It looks like I kept my inventory. Well, as great as that is, the only thing that's helpful is the gun. So, I guess what we're going to do is we're just going to get started from fresh, and, I guess just start running towards civilization. I don't think I've ever spawned this far away from everything before, but, well, I guess I could go in the woods and see if I can find a cabin, but from what the devs seem to indicate, that is a very, very low chance of that happening. So I think I'm just going to run out here towards this this housing development and see what we can get done. Now, one thing I wanted to address while I've got your attention is some people have been asking, why would you be a not only willing but paying alpha tester for, you know, a ridiculously small development team? You know, you have to put up with the bugs, patches that break aspects of the game, just all these little things that kind of irritate you while you're playing. Well, let me say this. When I kickstarted this game, I did it because the promises the dev team were handing out were... It was too much for someone like me to resist. I've been waiting for a zombie survival game with an emphasis on survival for a long time. And I think a lot of people were in that same boat where the games that were on the market either didn't live up to what the devs had promised. Dead Island was a good example of that. Or you end up with something like DayZ, where your game is just a mod. You know, granted, they're going to release a standalone DayZ, but the DayZ that started it and the current DayZ are very clunky. They're tied to the Arma engine, and that is a very, very unfriendly engine to new players. The game itself is, in my opinion, ugly. The controls are complicated, and it's don't get me wrong though, I enjoyed DayZ. It was a very fun game, but in its current state, it just, you know, it wasn't the Dead Linger. You know, they could only do so much with what they had as far as modding tools go. And I don't blame them for that. I mean, they have to, you know, work with what they've got. But with the DayZ, I mean, you can see it's got a lot of features that, or with the Dead Linger, it's got a lot of features that the DayZ doesn't have. It's got a lot of great features that a game like Dead Island wouldn't have. Dead Island was not an emphasis on survival. It was an emphasis on running and gunning and smashing heads. You know, in that game, you could not just sneak around the world and not kill anything effectively. In this game, I could very well see somebody being able to, you know, just move from place to place and never really have to get in, you know, too many close encounters with the infected. So, I think that's what differentiates the two on a pretty big level. Like I said, this game has been one people have been waiting for a long time, and Sandswept Studios, right now at least, appears to be the only company that's willing to take a chance on this kind of game. And, you know, that's why the Kickstarter was very successful. And I just got a huge backpack. I sincerely hope that this one does not fall off when I save and exit the game.
Yeah.
Don't know where the rest of those zombies came from, but I'm unhappy about me being here. But yeah, that's why I play this game. That's why I paid to be a willing alpha participant, you know. Just to see this game evolve in the way it has, even so far, in, you know, less than a year from the initial alpha release. It's great to see how far it's come. And I want to be here through the whole process. I mean, I want to be here until after the official, you know, launch, when the game goes gold, you know, if you will, where I can say it's out of beta, you know, there's cars in the world, you need fuel for the cars, siphoning gas, huge cities. I mean, huge cities are the one that everybody has got to be waiting for. I mean, you can't get around that. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, once cars get put in the game, you know, you're going to be exploring a lot more. And once multiplayer gets more or less all of the bugs ironed out, you know, I can see people playing this game for years and years and years, even after they stop updating it. I mean, there's just so much to do. There's so many options. When they add mod support, this game will be second to none. This will be described as the definitive zombie survival game. And that's pretty awesome. I would very much like to be a part of that. So, for anyone that wants to know, those are the reasons. I strongly recommend, if this game interests you, to pick it up now before it goes up in cost. If a zombie game isn't your cup of tea, don't even bother, obviously. But this game is really enjoyable, even with the issues that it has right now. It is a ton of fun to play. So yeah, there you have it. Hopefully we can find a sledgehammer. That's pretty much been the goal from the beginning of these videos, is to find one of those damn hammers. And so far it just hasn't happened. But like I said, when I deleted the world, it put some of the patch changes into effect, and one of those was that the sledgehammer will spawn more often and more likely to spawn in the garages of houses. So we're going to go around and see if we can find one now that we have a giant backpack that can carry, well, look at all that inventory space. Look at that. Have you ever seen a bag that's so big? I mean, I'm sure there's one that's bigger just because you have this space down here below the second set of inventory slots, but come on. Really? How many people could have found this thing? So it's nice that I did, and I hope that it doesn't leave when I save. But we'll find out. I could be in for a disappointing day tomorrow when I log back on for the next video and it's just not there. But we'll see. Another thing that somebody brought up to me, not through YouTube, not on the internet, you know, out in the real world. I know it's crazy out in the real world. That one's not even fun. It's boring. Everything costs money. All of us would rather live on the internet. But anyways, Someone said, why do you say ladies and gentlemen? What about the people that don't fit into that category? Well, I really didn't have a whole lot to say to that. You're either a lady or a gentleman. But he said that maybe there could be younger kids watching, and I guess that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. So, I'm going to cater to you people one time and just say, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody whose age or height restricts them from being in one of those two categories. It's nice that we can just grab everything now. I mean, pear, orange, energy bar, spam. All this inventory space I'm definitely liking it. I can definitely see this backpack being the best in the game, if not very close to the best in the game. I mean, look how much I've picked up so far. Look how much I've already eaten so far. Look at that. And I've still got a whole nother row of 4 by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's awesome. I'm really digging that. Unfortunately, I still haven't found a hammer. Not so awesome. But I am not going to start fortifying a house until I find one. So you can rest assured that I will be running around like an idiot, firing off the gun and attracting every zombie in the neighborhood until I can get myself one of those big heavy objects to smack holes into the ground. Well, I know this episode hasn't been all that eventful. I know I've talked the whole time for the most part, even about things that aren't really related to the game. But the next episode will all be about finding that goddamn hammer. And hopefully building myself a nice little fence around a one-story rancher so I can enjoy life and, relax, have some finer things. Maybe a box of wine. Who knows? It's my choice. I will see you guys next time on my gameplay video of the Dead Linger Alpha Build 009C, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Hope you all have a good day.